Good afternoon, welcome to today's abs and core workout. In this session we're going to do some inner unit work, working the smaller muscles, deeper core muscles, and then some outer unit work, which is more what people tend to think about when they think of the core, abs, obliques. I've got a bar that I'm going to use for the first part when we do the inner unit work, and I've also got a weight that I'm going to use a little bit later on in the workout. Don't worry if you haven't got any equipment, you can do the whole thing with just a mat and your own body weight. So we're going to start off with some inner unit work. We use the bar, if you've got one, to rest on the back. And then the idea of this is it keeps us in neutral spine, or it gives us the feedback of when we're in neutral spine and when we're not. And also if we move too much, the bar is more likely to roll off. So the whole idea is to stay in neutral spine and limit any movement through the torso. So neutral spine looks like this. We've got a gap here. You've got the base of the spine in contact, lumbar spine away from the bar, in between the shoulder blades in contact and the head in contact, okay? So you've got the 3 points, although you could take the head down. So you've at least got the 2 points there. Try and keep the shoulders squeezed back. We're gonna start with the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we always come back to that position. Extend the arm, extend the opposite leg. Try and keep nice and still, try and keep in that position. So watch the first 10 seconds or so if you're not sure. If you know what you're doing, get into it. We'll do 2 minutes work. I'll start now. Okay, so this exercise is all about control. Try and think about drawing the belly button in, which is going to activate the transverse abdominis, which is one of the inner unit muscles, one of the deeper core muscles. So those muscles have to function properly. They have to be working and firing up well before the rest of the core can be strong around it. So you just hold in for 10, maybe 15 seconds and then change. You can start with just the leg, so you can keep both hands down and just extend one leg. Or likewise, you can keep both knees down and extend just one arm. But the whole time trying to stay in that neutral spine, belly button in, shoulders back. Remember, when the hand comes back, it comes back under the shoulder. The knee comes back under the hip. Just gone, last 45 seconds now. Once you've established the weaker side, maybe spend a little bit longer on that side. Reset anytime you need to. So if you need to, stop, reset the bar, and then continue. And like I said, you can do this whole thing without the bar. The bar is just there just for extra feedback, so you know when you're coming out of that position or when you're moving around too much. Come into the last 15 seconds. Keep it going, nice and controlled. Last 5. Okay, relax, hold it there. Right, so the second exercise, similar emphasis to that one, but obviously a different way of working. So this time we're gonna lie on the back. One hand goes underneath into the lumbar spine, the other hand on top. We try and draw the belly button in and keep the belly button drawn in the whole time throughout this exercise. You've got 3 options. You can keep the feet down and not move at all. You can have one foot down, extend one leg and then the other, or you can try it with both feet up. So I'll show you those options now, but belly button in the whole time and try and put the pressure slightly down into the hand under the back. I'll start the clock now. 1 minute. Watch if you're not sure. Okay, so you've got those options. Again, it's all about control. So if you do move the legs, do it nice and slow and controlled, keeping the belly button drawn in, keeping the pressure down. So if you lose one of those, then go make the exercise less complicated. So have the feet down, reset, get that position back, and then go again when you're ready. So again, focusing on that inner unit, focusing on that control. Coming into the last 10 seconds. Last 5 seconds. And relax. Right, we're going to go back to the first one, but I'm going to give you a couple of, or 2 progressions really. I'm going to do it on the toes, so we'll have the bar in the same position. So this is more outer unit now because it's longer levers. Abs and obliques will kick in a bit more. You can go down on the knees, so you can be in like a 3/4 press up position. So you could be there. Okay. So the knees are not under the hips now, they're coming away from the hips, or do it on the toes. We'll do 1 minute. I'm going to show you on the knees, on the toes, sorry. Knees is the option. Let's go, 1 minute. So again, we're trying to stay still as we lift the arm and leg. Okay, so down on the knee is the option. So, like I said, if the knee is down, if it's not under the hip, and it's more in like a 3/4 press up position, it's a lot harder. More tension, more force going through the outer unit of the core in this one. Coming to the last 10 seconds, but again, try and control that movement, try and limit any twist. Okay, good, relax. Right, we'll do one more set on the second exercise we did. So lie down on your back, belly button in, hand underneath, 1 minute, starting the clock. So you can do no movement at all. You can keep both feet down and just stay there and hold and get that tight contraction. You can move one leg with 1 foot down, or you can move the legs with both feet up. But again, it's about control. Don't rush through it. .30 seconds gone. Trying to keep that belly button drawn in the whole time. Again, reset anytime you need to. Put both feet down and just reset that position. Hopefully now we've done it once. This second time we might be able to get a stronger contraction now that brain has fired up those muscles. Keep it going, last 10 seconds. Okay, good, relax, hold it there. Right, so moving on. Next one, again, we're gonna use the bar. So again, if you haven't got one, don't worry. I'm gonna place the bar sort of horizontal across the back this time. And then plank position, so you can do this knees or toes. I'm just gonna lift one hand, tap and back. As soon as you lift that hand, it creates instability, so you have to use those muscles, abs, obliques, to limit any movement. So try not to shift as you touch. We try and stay nice and still, so we're working a lot harder through there. Watch if you're not sure. We'll just do 45 seconds on this one. Join in as soon as you're ready. I'm going to use the bar. You can do it without. Knees or toes. Off you go. Okay, but again, we want to try and keep that control so we're not tapping out too fast. You can spend longer with one arm down, that's the harder position. Or you can spend longer with that second arm back. Last 5 seconds. Okay, good, relax, hold it there. So hopefully we feel that through the abs and the obliques. Next one, grab your weight. We're gonna sit up and then lean back and then torso twists. Watch if you're not sure, you can do it with feet up or down. I'll start the clock now. So we lean back. Try and keep the chest lifted and then follow the weight round. So we're getting that rotation, working the obliques. Coming into the last 10 seconds. Last 5. Okay, relax. Right, next one. Gonna lie down. We go from weight up, knees up. We extend out with both and then come back in with both. So watch if you're not sure. Option is to have both feet down. You can just do a crunch or you can just extend one leg at a time. So I'll show you the options. As soon as you're ready, join in. 45 seconds. Right, so a few ways to modify this. We got the crunch, so you got that part. You can shorten the lever, arms overhead is harder. And then think about the legs as well. Legs up is harder, both legs is harder. One leg at a time is easier, 1 foot down is easier. Coming to the last 5 seconds. Okay, good, relax. Right, from there, we're gonna put the weight onto one shoulder. So I'm going to start with my left, weight on the left. I'm going to take the legs to the right. I use my right hand and then it's a little side crunch. So we aim to go straight up. We'll do left, then right, or you can do it the other way around if you want to. Starting the clock now, watch, if you're not sure. Okay, so it's just that little side crunch. We just go straight up, straight down. So keep your eyes fixed on a point above. So it's only a small movement, don't have to force the movement. Less of a rotation on this one, more of a side. Because we're already twisted round, we're working that top side obliques. Last 10 seconds. Coming to the last 5, last 3 reps. Okay, good. So we'll swap it over, weight on the other shoulder, take the legs the other way, use the nearest hand if you need to. 45, off you go.
Wish that I could stay.
3, 2, 1, hold it there, good. And then we'll do one more before we have a little stretch. Reverse crunch, hands go down, legs up, and then we come up with the hips and down. So try and control the movement, try and go straight up rather than too much towards the head. Watch if you're not sure, 45, then we'll have a little stretch. Off you go. Right, so straight up, straight down. It can be a small movement, so don't worry about the range of motion. As long as we're getting that posterior tilt in the pelvis, we're getting a little bit of contraction through the lower abs. So it doesn't have to be a big movement, and you can spend more time in between reps if you need to. So just focus on a good quality rep, even if you're getting a handful of good reps out over the 45. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's have a little stretch. So from where you are there, take the arms up overhead, legs out straight. So now we're lengthening out through the abs, arch the back away from the floor, just giving the abs a good stretch. Before we go on, make sure you give this video a thumbs up once you've finished this stretch. And don't forget, I add all these workouts to the follow along playlist. Yesterday's workout was HIIT, so check that out if you haven't already. Spin around on your knees, sit back. Okay, then we sit back on the heels, drop the chest, so giving the lower back a little bit of a stretch, as well as lats, obliques, chest. So yeah, check out the playlist if you haven't already. I think this is number 140 now, 140 workouts when I add this one to it. So there's plenty of a backlog there. We started in March, so you can go all the way back to some of the early ones. Right, hold it there. So before we go on, give this video a thumbs up. It all helps me, so when you do it is appreciated. And also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, click on the bell, so then when these new videos come out, or any other videos that I do healthy vlogs and workout tips. When they come out, you'll be notified, so don't forget to do that. Right, so we're going back. We're gonna do the plank again, so the little tap, with or without the bar. Try to keep the hips and the shoulders square, so as soon as you lift up, we're not rotating, we're not twisting. Spend longer here, harder, or longer there. Knees or toes, ready to go, 45 seconds. I'll start the clock now. Last 15 seconds, keep that control. And limit that twist. Last 10. 5 seconds. Okay, good. Next up was the twists. So sit yourself up, lean back, and then rotate. Follow the weight round or follow the hands round. 45, off you go. You could try it with the feet off the floor, just a bit more of a challenge. Brings the hip flexors in a little bit more. It's also harder to balance, so we have to control the movement with the feet up a little bit more. Last 10 seconds. Last 5. Good, relax. Right, then we had the crunch, knees up, extend, crunch. I'll start with the easier version and then show you harder versions as we go. If you know what you're doing, get ready to go. Starting the clock now, 45. Okay, so you might have seen that different versions, working up to more intense, harder as I went on. Coming into the last 5 seconds. And relax. Right, so then we had the side crunch. Weight on one shoulder, take the legs the other way. And then remember this one, we just aim to go straight up, straight down. Starting the clock, off you go. Okay, so remember, just straight up, just working that top side, just a small movement on this one. Last 15 seconds. So we've got 2 more exercises to do after this. We'll have a little stretch and then I've got another little circuit to finish off with. So make sure you stay around for that. Last 5 seconds. Okay, good, hold it there. So we're gonna swap it over, weight on the other shoulder, legs the other way, side crunch, off you go. Last 20. 10 seconds. Just one more exercise to come after this. Last 5. Okay, good. So hold it there. The last one was the reverse crunch, hands down, legs up, control on the way down. The aim is to go straight up, straight down. 45, off you go. Remember, you can shorten the movement and you can take more time in between each rep. So you can rest down on the floor for a good few seconds before you go again. Try and get good quality reps rather than quantity on this one. Keep going, keep that control. Last 10 seconds. Last 5. Okay, well done, hold it there. Right, so have another little stretch like we did before. Take the arms overhead first. Lengthen out through the abs, arch the back. And then, like we also did before, come up onto the knees, sit back. Okay, relax, hold it there. Right, so we're gonna do 4 exercises, 35 seconds on each. We'll do it twice through. Trying to work out in my head how long it takes. So it's gonna be just a little bit over about 3 minutes maybe. And then we'll have a stretch. So don't quote me on that, I'm probably wrong there. No, it'd be more than that, it'd be 4 or 5 minutes work. Right, first off, we're gonna start off on the hands. And then, so we'll press up position, bring the opposite knee up to opposite hand and then back. We keep the hips low so the knee should just pass over the floor. 35 seconds, watch first couple of reps if you're not sure. I'll start the clock now. Okay, again, so it's controlled, just don't rush through this one. Knee up across, keep the hips low. If you really struggle, you need to rest, just put the knees down, have a couple of seconds rest, and then go again. We're just coming into the last 10 seconds already. 5 seconds. Okay, good, relax. Right, then we're gonna spin round on your backside. We'll lean back, crunch the knees into chest, lift the torso, lean back and repeat. Watch if you're not sure. 35, off you go. Trying to get that tight contraction, bring the knees up, get the torso as close to the thighs as possible, and then get a good squeeze. Last 10 seconds. So we just do 2 more, last 5 seconds, and then we do it all again. Right, so hold it there. So the third exercise, we go in a plank position, but this time one forearm over the other. We twist, back, twist. Knees or toes, I'll show you both versions. Watch if you're not sure. Off you go when you're ready. Okay, so you can put your knees down to get more of a sort of a half plank position. When you twist, one leg straightens up, so you keep one knee down. But try and get a good rotation. So if you're on your toes, allow that pivot on the toes. Last 5 seconds. Okay, relax. Right, last one, then grab the weight. Or obviously you can do it without. We're gonna do either a crunch or a full sit-up with the arms up in front. So I'll show you that version. If you need to, just do a crunch. Starting the clock, off you go. Last 15. So that full version, come all the way up. Keep the weight going straight up. So we got no rest before we go straight back to the first one. Last 5 seconds. Okay, good, relax. Right, so back on the hands, press up position, knee up to the opposite hand. Keep the hips low, keep that control. 35, off you go. Last round. So remember, the knee just passes the floor, so we don't want too big a gap. If you need to, go down on the knees, get a rest, come back up when you're ready. Just coming into it, we're in the last 10 already. Last 5 seconds. Okay, relax. Right then, turn around, sit yourself up, lean back, squeeze the knees in, lean back, off you go. 3 more to do. Get that tight squeeze. Come into the last 10. Last 5 seconds. Good, and relax. Right, then we're on the twisting plank, knees or toes. Let's get a good twist. Off you go, 35. 2 more to do. Just over a minute's work. Fifteen seconds, all the way to the end. Last few reps, 5 seconds. Good, and relax. Last exercise, you can do a crunch or you can do the full version, which I'll show you. 35 to finish, off you go. Last one. Arms overhead is harder. Think about the length of the lever. Nearly there, come into the last 10 seconds now. The last few reps. 3, 2, 1, well done, hold it there. Right, and then go straight into that stretch that we did. We've done a couple of times already. Lie down on your back, take the arms up, legs out straight, and then lengthen out the abs. So make sure you've given this video a thumbs up before you go. Like I said, it does help me out, so it is appreciated when you do it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the playlist if you want to do another workout this afternoon. Tomorrow's workout is a body weight training session. Spin around on your knees, sit back. So just a relatively brief stretch, just a couple of the major ones. Obviously you can do more stretching afterwards if you want to. If you're going to do another workout, then obviously have a good stretch as well after that. Hold it there, guys. I'll leave it there for now. Bodyweight training tomorrow. If you're not already on the Facebook group, check it out, Ricky Walden Fitness Live. That's where I leave the schedules and what's going on and just general more information. Thanks very much. Have a good afternoon. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.